How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Level and Diecast. First 2024 Matchbox 5-packs we're going to take a look at. Just as the title explains to you, these are carryover packs. We're going to do something a little bit different for 2024 because 2024 is going to be the year of carryovers, which is not good for the collector market. These are the two packs we're going to cover today, Matchbox Rescue 3 and Wildfire Rescue. All of the models in here have already been previous released, so there is nothing new in these mixes. We'll go ahead and start off with the MBX Rescue 3. Comes with a couple of generics, comes with a helicopter, and then comes with two matching deco police cars, which is usually pretty good. But that one might look a little familiar for you. You might actually still find this on the pegs. That just came out at the end of the year. I think it came out in mix number 11. Yeah, it's already in a 2024 5-pack in the exact same deco. Might even be same lot or same production number. So we'll see. We'll see the day code on that as we do our comparo. Get that out of here. We're going to go ahead and start with the one at the bottom. This is the generic ambulance. This one has been retooled from its original version. I think it was originally metal with a plastic body, but now it's just a metal cab with the rest of it being plastic. There is your deets there. You see it was retooled in 2017. So our day code on these are S31. This is the original release for this particular deco. You see it is P48. So as far as the base is concerned, nothing's going to change because this was already the updated casting at the time. So nothing is going to be different. The existing one on the bottom, you see the decos and everything are the same. So the Matchbox logo on there is just smeared a little bit, but it's just red. Just want to point out there's no orange in that. It's just red. But the decos are the same. There's nothing difference between them. The finish is a little bit different. The silver is definitely darker on the new one, which is on the top. But again, this just comes down to quality of prints. There's really not a whole lot to go with here. There's always going to be variations, between production quality and whatnot. They both have the red window interior. There is nothing on the back. They do both have the tow hitch. And then there is no prints on the front. So nothing difference between the two of those. The red interior might be a little bit different, a little bit clearer on the original one, which is on the left. But again, you're really going to have to stretch that quite a bit if that's what you're going for. So, all right, we're going to move on to our next one. This is the Ridge Raider. This casting's been seen in this deco twice already, so we're getting a third release of this deco, which is unfortunate. It's kind of a futuristic, I don't even know how to explain this thing. It's definitely meant to be a police vehicle. You got a couple of dogs in the back, a couple of police dogs. But I don't know. It's a very interesting casting. This is from, a different era of Matchbox for sure. So there is that one. Now, this is the original version here. This is dated F50. You see that on the bottom. This is the original version that came out. See, the decos are the same. Original is on the bottom. Again, there's going to be a little bit quality of print changes, but that's going to be it. Oops, sorry about that. There is the finish there. The original one was a little bit more silver. This current one here, or the one on the top here, is more silver versus, well, I guess this one's more gray than silver. But you see there is a shade difference there. But this was the second release of that casting. It did get a different wheel, which was pretty nice. So this one is dated G12. So this one came out later after the first release. Again, this one's a little bit more gray of the silver. And then, of course, our newest one here on the top is definitely more silver. So I guess that's something. But kind of ridiculous that we're getting a third release for a model, a deco, when there's so many more different ones that they can do. I don't know if this guy's going to fit in there. Hopefully he fits in there. Oop, sort of. Just push it in there. It's plastic. It'll flex. All right, moving on to the next one. This is the Ford Police Interceptor. As I mentioned, this literally just dropped end of 2023. This is dated S34 on this one. I actually had to go pull this out of the setup I have for each year because I haven't even categorized this one or pictured it or anything to put it away in the catalog. So S32 for the one that came out there, and then S34 for this one in this pack. So they were only a couple weeks apart. So there is literally nothing different between the two of these. Absolutely nothing. Nothing different on the deco whatsoever. I mean, basically these things were run basically on top of each other. So that is a ridiculous addition. Now I am happy that they're putting a matching deco cop car in there. But I don't think that they should have chose that one. They could have chose something different. All right, this is the Interceptor, the Taurus Interceptor. This one came originally in, I think, a Mission Force pack, I think. But this is the updated casting. The original one was the original version of the casting, which doesn't have the integrated light bar. So the light bar is separate. So this one definitely gets a free pass for sure because it's the updated casting. But as far as the deco goes, the decos are the same. So maybe a little bit darker on the new one, which is on the top. But they're both number 821. It's an okay deco. I'm just happy that this is the updated casting. You'll see that it is the integrated light bar for the new one on the top. So the changes are minuscule. F50 is the day code on the bottom. Nothing else fancy on there. So it looks pretty good. They didn't change or update the copyright for the police car when they modified it. This one's in there pretty good. All right, so this is the generic helicopter. This is the rescue helicopter. This was updated in 2014. They used to have an adjustable section in the back here. You used to push it in and pull it out. This is the original version of the casting. This is the original version of that deco, which was the old version of the casting. So you see that the tail section does come out. That was pretty common for most helicopters at the time. You also see this guy has an interior in there, which looks kind of cool. The new updated casting does not have an interior. This one happens to be the same tinted window. They just didn't even care that there's no interior. So rather than make it a darker window, they just didn't even care. They just no interior whatsoever, which is fine. You see the decos on the side. You see that the new one on the top is orange instead of yellow for the printing. I do like when they do that. So quite a bit of changes on this one. This one definitely gets a free pass as well for being pretty significantly different. So that one looks pretty good. The casting's not all that great. The police is a different size of print as well. So a lot bigger on the original one on the bottom. So quite a bit of changes for this one. I think that's probably stemmed from the fact that it's updated casting. So required quite a bit of changes to it. Okay. All right, moving on to our second one. This is the Wildfire Rescue. Again, these are going to be all re-released decos. There's nothing going to be new here. A couple of, let's see, we got 3 generics and 2 licensed ones. So, there we go. Get cracked open. Get that out of here. I'll start from the right side now. So this is the Bronco. This has been released already. It says High Country on the side, Country Tours. Brown with a green top and a kind of that weird color that they use when they don't have chrome bases. And then the newer off-road reel with a gold ring on it. Looks pretty good. This is the original version of that deco. Let's see the details here. L37 is the day code for that one. That is when it originally debuted. So the new one will be on the top. So the new one is a significantly darker brown. So that's a good, little change there. As far as the details and stuff goes, as far as the decos and stuff like that, the decos are exactly the same. Prints are the same. You might get a little bit of quality prints, but for the most part, I think these look pretty spot on. The orange side marker light on the front fender might be a little bit different shade. And then the same details on the opposite side. There we go. So the original one is definitely lighter. So we'll take that one for sure. And the gold ring is definitely a lot more brilliant on the original one versus the new one. But as far as the base deets, there's not going to be anything different between the bases. So it's just not an old enough casting to have anything different. The base colors are definitely significantly different, though. You see the base colors are way different. I just noticed that. So that'll be something, I suppose. Not really all that great, but, you know, we'll take what we can get. All right, International Workstar Brush Fire Truck. This is a pretty cool one. This is the updated casting. So this has the metal base, and then it has the all plastic body. So the black and the red are both plastic, and then of course the plastic window in there. So a lot of plastic to this one. It says Mount Yuhan Forestry Services, Forestry Watch. It's pretty cool. It's kind of decoed up with the National Parks style. That is the original one there on the top. This one is dated L37. You see that there. So these are probably going to be the same. You can see that the original one, which is on the top, is a different color of plastic. The red is a significantly different color of plastic for sure. The new one is much, much darker than the original. I'm sorry, the original is much darker than the this one. This one's the new one. That one's the original. Sorry. Super sorry about that. That is the original. Original is on the top. So the original on the top is much darker. You see the prints are significantly different as far as like the opacity of them. The new one has a lot more brightness to the prints. Looks pretty good. As far as like the decos though, they're all the same print themselves. Nothing different between the two of them. They both have a clear window, but yeah, we'll take the more brilliant prints for sure. Same wheels, same red ring on the wheels. Again, a little bit better print on the new one, which is on the bottom, versus the one on the top. There's no details or nothing on the top, no details or nothing on the back of this particular casting, but it looks good. Looks good. There's the front end, which is all the same. So we'll put our new one in there. Guy barely fits in the little stand we got going on there. All right, this thing is called the Wildfire Rescue. This thing is from 2017, it shows. That is when it was updated. That is not its original casting date. This was from about 2001, the original version of the casting. So I guess they just decided it was a brand new casting at that time, which is fine. This is the original version of that particular deco. It is dated L37. So you see we have a theme going on here. So this is basically a reissued 5-pack, as you can see where we're going here. The original one, let's see here. We'll do this consistent. We'll just put the original one on the bottom. So the original one's on the bottom. They do have the same wheels between the two, but a little bit more print on the original one that's on the bottom. Prints on the side are the same. So nothing changes between those. The colors look to be the same. Finish looks to be the same. The color of the model looks to be pretty spot on. The new one might be just a little bit darker. Just a little bit darker, but really not much. And then the base deets, again, there's not going to be anything different. It's not old enough of a casting to need anything different. There is your man number 564. So this one is very, very straightforward. Which basically means that there's just nothing different with it, like whatsoever, which is unfortunate. We'll throw him in there. All right, so this is another casting that's already been released twice before. This is the generic bulldozer. This is from about 2002. It originally had rubber tracks. It was modified to take those rubber tracks away. See, 2001 is its original copyright date. So it didn't get a new copyright date when they took the rubber tracks away. There are a couple of different versions. So this was the original version of this deco. You see, this one has the original, or not the original, the old circular Matchbox logo on the base. L37, again, same date code we've been seeing, but that does have the old logo there on the base. We did get a re-release of that one right here. So this one is dated P45, I think is what that is. Maybe P46. So see, this one had the updated. They took away the circular Matchbox logo, added the original logo. This particular one, it came in a 5-pack, but this one came unspun. So this one just kind of went in the collection as an unspun. That was not intentional. Somehow it made it all the way through production into the 5-pack and into the store and whatnot, unspun. So that's kind of cool. So I've kept it ever since. So we'll set that to the side. What we'll do is we'll take the original version, which is right here, and then we'll do a little comparo real quick. So the original is going to be on the bottom. Taking a look at all the details on the side. Same print, same everything like that. They're both gray. Base colors are a little bit different, but that's just going to be the mixture of plastic. It just happens. The finish for the seals, the striping and stuff like that, a little bit different with the oranges. The original one has a little bit darker orange. Newer one has the, or newest one has the a little bit brighter orange there. But same castings and everything like that. Other than that, again, just a little bit shade difference on the plastic, but not a ton. But, you know, it's just another ridiculous third release of a model when there's tons of other ones that they can do. All right, very last one in this particular pack. Again, this is the same helicopter as the last one. We've also seen this helicopter twice before. This is the updated casting. You see this one does have the super dark window so that you can't see that there's no interior in it. That is the updated casting. S30 is the day code for that particular helicopter there. This is the first deco release for this one. L37 was the base code. Exactly the same as the one we're already looking at. Shield and everything. And then they did re-release it as P46. So we got another version of this one. But just ridiculous. So what we'll do is we'll take a look at the first release of the deco versus our current one. Our current one is on the top. You see there is some differences between the orange, because of course there is. Darker orange on the original, lighter orange on the new. Same goes with the seal. And then there is a shade difference on the blade. But again, they are the updated casting so that the rear section doesn't move or anything like that. So we'll just throw that guy up there. Not very exciting 5-packs at all. But like I said, I hope you guys get ready because this is the year of reissues. There is going to be a ton of reissued 5-packs, a ton of reissued cars this year. It is going to be not a fun time, not a fun time. So drop a comment, let me know what you think about those. I'll work on some more 5-packs as I scoop them up. And we'll catch you next time here at Level M. Peace.